Who ordered the death of Mia Nixon? The chilling truth behind a rising star's murder. Mia Nixon was more than just a young woman in Birmingham, Alabama. She was an artist, an entrepreneur, and a loved daughter. At just 21 years old, she had already built a growing nail business from scratch, known across her community for her creativity and dedication. Her future looked bright. She was pursuing her cosmetology license and had loyal clients who admired her work and her spirit. But in early January, that future was stolen in an act of violence that shocked the entire city. On a quiet night, outside her family home in East Birmingham, Mia was gunned down. When police arrived, they found her unresponsive. Despite all efforts from emergency responders, Mia had already lost her life. The senseless killing of such a promising young woman sent shockwaves through her neighborhood. What happened next only deepened the heartbreak. At first, her murder seemed like another tragic incident in a city struggling with high crime. But detectives quickly began to suspect this wasn't a random act. The evidence pointed to something more chilling. Mia had been deliberately targeted. Soon police turned their attention to a man named Damon Lauren McDaniel, a 22-year-old resident of Fairfield. His name was already familiar to law enforcement. He wasn't just a suspect in Mia's murder, he was also connected to multiple homicides across Birmingham. According to investigators, McDaniel had ties to over a dozen killings and dozens of shootings. But what made Mia's case especially disturbing was what came next. This wasn't just a brutal killing. According to authorities, this was a murder for hire. Someone had allegedly paid to have Mia killed. This development sent shock through the entire investigation. A murder for hire means premeditation, planning, and motive. But Mia wasn't known to be involved in any dangerous activity. She was focused on her business, her family, and her clients. So the biggest question remained, why? Why would anyone want her dead? The answer to that still isn't clear. Investigators haven't publicly revealed who may have ordered the killing or what the motive might have been. But they were confident that McDaniel had acted intentionally, not out of impulse or anger, but with a clear purpose. The deeper authorities dug into McDaniel's history, the more troubling it became. He had been previously convicted for attempted murder during a shooting at Fairfield High School years earlier. He was sentenced to prison but later released on probation. While on release, McDaniel had violated several conditions, displaying firearms on social media, associating with criminals, and even being arrested again before Mia's death. Despite these violations, he remained out of prison. That failure of the system has become a painful part of Mia's story. If action had been taken earlier, her life might have been saved. As news of her death spread, so did outrage and grief. Mia wasn't just known in Birmingham for her business, she was loved. Friends, clients, and family described her as positive, focused, and driven. She was the kind of person who turned dreams into plans, and those plans into success. Her death left a massive void in her community. Police continued to investigate, and the charges against McDaniel grew. They linked him not only to Mia's death, but to the murder of a Birmingham firefighter, Jordan Melton, and to other violent shootings throughout the city. The scale of his alleged crimes was staggering, one man connected to so much bloodshed. Still, the biggest mystery in Mia's case remains unanswered. Who wanted her gone? Was it personal? Was it business-related? Or was she caught in a conflict she had no part in? Authorities have not named anyone else in connection with the murder-for-hire aspect of the case. And while McDaniel has been charged, the person who may have ordered the hit, if such a person exists, remains unknown to the public. As of now, McDaniel is being held at Kilby Correctional Facility. His trial for Mia's murder and other charges has not yet begun, and his defense team has said they intend to fight every accusation. The legal battle is expected to be long and complex, involving multiple charges and potential witnesses. For Mia's family, the pain is indescribable. Her life was just beginning. She was working hard, creating a future for herself, and becoming a respected name in her industry. Her death has become a symbol of the tragic consequences of unchecked violence and a flawed justice system. Birmingham's police chief and mayor have publicly vowed to pursue justice for Mia and for the many others affected by this wave of violence. They've called on the community to speak up because someone out there knows the truth, and the truth still matters. Mia Nixon should be remembered not for the way her life ended, but for the life she lived, for her determination, for her art, for the lives she touched. Her story is a heartbreaking reminder that even the brightest lights can be extinguished far too soon, but that we owe it to them to keep searching for justice.